Good morning. All right. Had a little bit of weakness off that unemployment claims, probably just some overnight inventory. Not excited that we weren't gapping up 20 points or something like that. Opening right now with a small gap. I assume that's going to get closed just in the opening wash, and we are going to open, it appears, above the price spike base. That's our first reference down. And it looks like we'll keep one time framing up on the daily, opening in a gap to the upside, however small, will get you that one time framing up. So key is going to be about this 5360. That's the first major level of support in the market. It's also about 5350 on the SPX cash. So good reference point there. Previous VPOC, price spike base high. So just kind of watch. And it kind of dips down here. Could be massively bought. To the upside, again, there's not really any references except for the overnight high. We do have daily expected move, which has been getting blown apart here lately at about 53.94. And, at all-time highs, I'm just going to play, anything over RTH all-time high. I'm just going to be playing those 10-point zones. So we get into 70, we take the overnight high, 70's looking supportive, then I want to get long into 78, 80, and you take 80s, then 78 supportive. I'm going to get longs into 90, until we find a seller in this market. And the trend day higher today would be kind of odd. Back-to-back trend days. Not saying it can't happen, it's just odd. And it gets a little bit more odder, and with the fact that we have NFP tomorrow. And Nvidia's stock split. I don't know if they're going to keep buying Nvidia. It's one of those times in the market where you can just pull up Nvidia's chart and trade it with what are we doing? 1241 now. Gosh darn, man. I mean, it's going to gap up almost 20 points today. Crazy, just crazy. So we are in a fairly decent positive gamma situation. So with 63-day leading positive gamma, not my favorite environment to trade, but it also sets up for buy the dip, sell the rip. So wouldn't take breakouts today. If you happen to be long on a dip and you're coming up into intraday resistance, that had formed, then you're good. But I wouldn't buy that breakout. So if we open up and just shoot straight to overnight high, consolidation over the overnight high is bullish. But I wouldn't buy that break. I would wait for some sort of pullback to get long, and then play the tens. And same way down to the downside. You want to see it show support before you should get this gap closed. Yeah, come back down into overnight VPOC to get that stat out of the way. right to the overnight high, so it's a weak high. Holding RTH VWAP, or sorry, RTH high, all-time high for now. Give us a better dip, man. Come on, buyers. You can do it. I know you can. Or sellers. You got beat up yesterday. You're just going to let them start it up and beat you up again? Give us a dip, man. Give us a better dip. Okay, open drive down. One more tick, guys. At least get the overnight. Get the overnight VPOC. We have 486 at 69. So you got a passive seller up there at 69. Start the morning. Buyer here, 67. They're still there buying the dip, man. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Are y'all still buying? That is our opening swing. least give me the overnight high, guys. Come on. Get the overnight high, guys. Come on. So that's holding. RTH. Just get the. I don't want a bad reference for NFP, man. Come on. Yeah, we're just going to be doing this today, aren't we, guys? So this is that bullish consolidation I was talking about for now. Do got our opening swing, 65 to 70. Volumes a little bit light today. Let's see what our opening prints are for 1255 on NVIDIA. Oh my goodness, guys. Cash market opening, RTY must be weak, about 37% on the advanced decline. Volume's negative all except for the Qs. Tick opened, got a low print on tick of, where's the low on that? Low 657, coming back into zero line right now. There is no data today. I did get a bill auction, but that's about it. They get a little nuanced channel forming to the upside. Still early. I mean, I'll draw the channel, but it's still real early to be drawing channels. You see that delta is just cruising higher. Come on, man. Second standard deviation VBOP on a fairly flat. It's going to change during RTH, but overnight the full session VWAP was pretty flat. Just get the damn overnight high over with, guys. Can't trust you munchkins for anything. Very grindy, only 6-point range so far, so plenty of time, plenty of distance. $303, 725, 71.25. They're building. Come on, guys, get through this stuff. I'll make it so freaking hard. Just get the damn overnight high, guys. Don't leave me poor references. There we go. Come on, a little bit more. One tick. Come on, guys. Ace. All right, let's get blue sky. Let's see what you got, buyers. S&P volume turned positive. Weighted sectors are climbing. Nvidia is climbing. We're up 21, 1245. All right, got our break of the overnight high, 775 on the range. Let's see if we got ourselves a little look above that channel and come back down into the channel. Strong reversal on the 5-minute for now. Still have not found a seller, man. Maybe start forming a little bit of a temp balance here. Trading the open. So nobody's taking control. Just keep trading around the open. So nobody's really taking control yet. Back in that small opening swing, which you can, that's what I was saying, it doesn't quite fit any kind of time. You're just kind of gauging where those buyers are coming in, where those sellers are coming in. So I'm still holding that channel though, so still bullish. I got rid of it. I shouldn't have. Kind of runs like that. And this really runs from this low all the way through. But I'm just doing it for RTH. So we do got a clean all-time high. You got 2 ticks on the overnight high. If this does reverse, that'll be an excess high. But they never make it that easy. Volume's picking up a little bit, not a lot. Broke down out of that channel. You come into these lows around 62. Nice. Channel's going to start getting messy. This is more of a balance than one side active, so I'll just keep the opening swings. Holding RTH high for now. Previous high, I should say. Anything really under 70, you can look for a short. Target would be down there in the low 60s somewhere, but just kind of looking at the 5-minute, it looks like we're holding that 70 for lower. Find some more buyers, guys. Go find better buyers. Come on, man. And do this one tick dance for a little bit in this chop. Just keep it up, guys. Yeah, just like every other day this week. A little bit of weakness in the morning, and then we get our ramp. On sellers. Size there at 60. There it goes through. Come on, man. Give us a really good test down there. Like 58. You can do it. That previous VPOC, the price spike base, something. Come on. Let them go, buyers. Let them go for a bit. Let them go. Pour low. So opening swing's about 65, 66. You got a little breakdown here. Nice rotation down. Choppy, but nice rotation down. So kind of watch this 66. See if we can't get that pour low corrected at the very least. Nvidia crapped out, man. Down 29 now. The hype is over. I'm kidding, by the way. him back in the opening swing, guys. Come on, don't let him back over mid. Just get this fucking poor low corrected, guys. Come on, man. No, can't do that. Can't do that, Eric. We gotta be ridiculous chop. Ain't gonna do fucking shit. Guys, got to freaking stop these poor lows, guys. It's gonna set me back on my heels. I'm just gonna let the chop play out, but it's been freaking 3 hours of this shit before we finally choose direction. So, oh, wait for it. Don't like the poor low. Didn't need to do that. But here we are, you know, we're gonna come all the fucking way back up to the open. Gotta play this game. I can't short it over the RTH high, but just get over yourselves, guys. Buy them poor lows, buy them poor lows. Smash this thing, guys. Come on. At least teach these dudes they can't keep buying poor lows. Let lows get fucking corrected, guys. Sorry. They're easy rounds. I'm not screaming and yelling, but you know, I want to short this, but I am just because I'm into pain in the job. Take 3-point hit. It's going to be the death of me. Well, it has this week. Trying to trade this chop, and you know, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for nice excesses on things. It's my analness. But again, you know, in these Apex accounts, you're trying, you know, I'm trying to let things play out. But with these Apex accounts, you can't let them get, you know, because, okay, like, for example, here, I have 1 point on that, so that added 50. What you gonna put in a higher low on that? You have got to be kidding me, guys. Just let it effing correct. Sorry. I'm gonna sit here in this IB chop, and it's not even a good IB. It's 11 points. Let's stop being ridiculous, guys, and do not get that IB high. Let it play out. Yeah, we're gonna go fucking chop it up, man. Are you fucking fucking bastards, man. Sorry. I don't know why it takes so effing long for this market. It's, I guess, options. And then NVIDIA's bullshit. For this market to choose a fucking direction, and not do bullshit like poor lows and poor. It just drives me absolutely insane. I mean, no, I won't do it because I want to live stream. But for trading wise, I throw away the mornings in my personal account. I don't want to trade this shit. I mean, just is just constant. Just put freaking excess in shit, guys, before you decide to buy. I know it's bullish. And I would have bought that if we would have got the effing low. It's going to be painful for him. I'm going to sit here and again just go through freaking the chop trying to trade this shit, but I try it again and get over that 70. I just do something that makes any kind of sense in this. I want that damn low correct. These are where I get the death of me, is sitting here trying to get things looking pretty. It's just my thing. Profile's got to be pretty, man. Profile's got to be pretty. Come on. It's all about pretty. RTH range. Come on. Through this damn effing 65. Get that poor low corrected. You sons of... Get by. Come on, man. For me, just one day. One day. I gotta let it run to 72 again, get to 70. Jesus, man, I mean, this is just ridiculous effing chop, man. You guys have got to stop this shit. Come on, sellers, my goodness. You're just getting slammed again. And spend the afternoon getting it all back in these accounts. I haven't done anything in... I don't do anything in my personal account until this IB bullshit is taken care of. I don't mind doing it in the Apex shit, but this just gotta end, guys. NFP, come in, be some ridiculous number. I don't care if it's good or bad. We have just got to stop this, guys. We have got to stop. Maybe it's going to stop when NVIDIA splits. I think it's going to be a lot tougher to move NVIDIA once it splits. So, and there's going to be still some hype to it in the beginning after the split, but over time it's going to a little bit more normalized. as far as this market is concerned. A trillion. I mean, they passed Apple, and you look at what Apple brings to the table in terms of revenue, in terms of earnings. And, either Apple is severely underpriced or Nvidia is severely overpriced. And just based on market cap and what the books look like, and you just can't fight this. Eventually, eventually things normalize, but come on, guys, just correct this fucking low already. Don't make me stare at it all day. That's all I'm asking. Tomorrow's NFP. Tomorrow, first couple hours will be nice. And then we'll see if we can't find a afternoon. It's kind of an afternoon trend, after it. Should be two. You have the early morning for NFP, where the big money's repositioning from the results. And then we'll have our 0 DTE trade in the afternoon. Just let this, you got a nice little trend guy, it's really, you had this trend down, you had this pullback trend higher. We'll kind of just let it go, guys. We're just going to fight this RTH high for a while. $11 points on the IB. So certainly breakable. About 15 minutes into B period's shenanigans. You're not even giving it a point, man. Come on, guys. Come on. Seriously. I don't want to get into rant mode. This is way too early for that. Yeah, I mean, I'll just wait this out. My personal account, 11 points of range. I'm not going to worry about it. There should be at least 10 more points in the day from the high to low. So, and if you can catch that bottom, then and that's what I would look for here. And you're still in this kind of trend channel up for now. Yeah, now just go, guys. Go. Finish your job, man. Can't do it. I mean, they just can't do it. I'm not saying that the go to zero or any of that. I'm just want some excess on the profile. If B would have came down into, tag previous VPOC, don't even need the overnight low, just come down here into 60, maybe just a soft touch thing, come down through the price spike base. We're kind of holding, right above it. I mean, it's all bullish, but, just give me a decent low to trade off of. And that's all I'm asking for, man. And I'll freaking buy the crap out of this. So I got to the open, failed right at the open, back in range. See if sellers can hold some references here, or if we're just going to chop through them. You held the open. Let's see 67 hold. I should take the freaking profit here. I want that damn poor low though. Just make this 2 trades. Come on, man. 1 for 1. Give me 1 for 1. Or 1 for 2 on those apex counts. It's NVIDIA. NVIDIA's back to 12. It is down on the day. Let's see, equities, NVIDIA. Yeah, that was a strong reversal on that. It was 12.50, and now it's $50, man. How come we can't move now? They're starting to buy the other stuff now. NVIDIA sells, buy the other stuff, and keep this market in levitation mode. You bastards. Just stop, you bastards. Just stop. Let this market put in a low, guys. Oh. So here's another just kind of example of just sit on your hands, man. I mean, this is ridiculous, but I get to let my frustrations out on these Apex accounts. I still haven't done anything in my personal account. I want to see this damn low corrected first and what happens underneath it. God, this market feels so damn heavy. Stop buying the dip, guys. Just for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's all I want. You bastards. 65. Come on. Come on, sellers. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. And take my 3 points here and get broke even, but I did got a target down there. We'll see if I get screwed again once C period starts. It's unbelievable. Oh, look at this shit. Come on, buyers. Just let it put in the fucking low, man. We can't fucking do that, Eric. Jesus, man, we may be a market. IB, you suck. Gonna be the death of me. IB, you're gonna be the death of me. Why do we have to chop so much, guys? Why do we have to freaking chop so effing much, guys? You monkeys. See, I should have taken my three, just kind of got broke even. It said, you know what? That was your gift. Stop trading the FNIB. A lot of good trade after it. But nah. Here we go. 550. You suck, buyers. You effing suck. Wonder when we get the last buyer of NVIDIA. Off that poor fucking low. You guys suck, man. Sorry, but y'all suck. Unbelievable. If you break A's high, so my next trade will be after we get this IB formed. It's going to suck if they let this stay this low. I'm going to be so upset with the day. I mean, it certainly can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's going to sadden me. I'm going to try one last time. One last time. It's ridiculous chop, guys. Just get. I am short 70 in my personal account too. And I'll do that against breaking the IB high in my personal account. Try to take some off here at the 67. Get lucky. Oh, you fucking bastards. Seriously. Now I'm just getting mad. Got so much to make up now. Is again, just similar to yesterday, just playing these fucking IBs with these Apex accounts. And I'm scratched out of my first trade. This is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. Uneffing believable. Just stop it, buyers. Back short on in my personal account on that. You fuckers. Look at this crap. Unbelievable, guys. Get them. Now, I'm going to start revenge trading on these Apex accounts. I'll still make it back. I have no qualms about making this back before the end of the day, but this is just stop it, buyers. Let this damn low get corrected. It's just unbelievable. Maybe this all sets up for tomorrow in a big puke. It's the only thing I can hope for on what we're doing right now. You just get bashed down. I mean, there is definitely a seller there, but they just kind of stop. I mean, there's definitely buyers down here in the low 60s, but oh my goodness, guys. Stop the bull. It's okay. It's okay to put excess at the lows. Unbelievable. You monkeys, man. There's just nothing I can do to the upside until that low gets corrected. I mean, it just. If we can get, I guess, if we can get into the 70s, I got to believe it and just stop worrying about structure, but on the market profile and just mark that as a poor low. I don't like it in the IB. If it was a poor low on the day outside the IB, fine. But I just never, you just very, very rarely will you see a poor low in just fucking bastards, man. And there they go, man. I mean, you just suck, sellers. You just suck. We have yet to find a fucking seller in this market, man. Come on. Stop being jerks, man. Just let this poor low get corrected. Okay, let's just stop, guys. So that is an option level, I guess. That would be 50. So if I guess if it's going to be the low, it's going to be the low because that would come in about 53.50 on SPX, and that's going to be a big options level. So if we get it, we get it. I mean, it might be one of those times that we do get that correction today, but it's not until noon or something like that. So just got to be patient with it. I do expect it to be corrected today at some point. Just watching the tape, And it's just, blue is my offers, or, trade at the offers, and it's just all blue. There's just no aggressive fucking seller in this market. And I'm just waiting for him to fucking show up. Get some decent trading out of this chop. 11 points of range. When it comes 64.25. Come on, back and come on. Now, run, man. Run. Puke up these buyers. Jesus. Dancing at the high. I actually want to be this long before NFP, I guess. What is our quad looking like? We are buying on, just kind of buying that dip in NVIDIA right now. And just trade NVIDIA. Minus 38 on the AD for S&P. Weak RTY. It's kind of showing up in the 80s. NASDAQ. 19 freaking thousand, man. When's 20? Let's get it over with, guys. Come all the way down, guys. Don't stop. Don't stop. I need you, man. You can't do it, man. You just can't do it. It's going to be, feels like it's going to be one of those trades that, let's call my sweet baby Jesus trades, where you don't have a stop in. So, that original, those two stop outs came, the first one was around 65. But so even with all of this that we're doing, if I do get that effing low corrected, the stop it, guys. I mean, just stop it. That you just don't have stops in there, and it goes against you 7-8 points, and you're still holding on to it, and it comes back through you, and eventually you hit your target. And this was, again, is something that I could have sat there and said, okay, I'm going to scratch this and see if I can't get a better position on it. Really anything 70 or under, you gotta keep shooting for it underneath that IB high till that IB high breaks. If they're gonna break it, could go neutral today. The IB is small, 11 points of range, so you could get just a look above the IB today, fail massively, and finally get that trade. But mid is holding, very flat on the IB or on the VWAP. It's fucking garbage, and what trash. Sellers, you are just not in town. Since yesterday. It's gonna be the death of me, this fucking Portolo, you bastards. It's gonna be just enough to take out that fucking stop, and then they're gonna reverse it. Come on, sellers. Act like you got a pair. 11-point chop, man. Play 2-point ranges. I'm gonna see what happens when it comes down, back down. Through, down to 65. What was that? 65, so. So what I'm doing, although it feels like it's gonna beat the shit out of me, even in my personal account, is this had the original retake of that short at 69. As it comes down into 66, I take off half. And so this is the second time through. I just got filled on that. And then I hold. And, so now this is 2 times through there. So I got paid twice on 3 points now. And so my theoretical break even on this is well over 70. So, it's been 6 points a contract, but I want that poor low, so I'm holding that half. And now, my break even's pretty high. It's over the IB high. So if we do break the IB high, then I'll get stopped out of the rest of this. But, at the end, I got three points of contract, on that trade. So on average, so that kind of builds that position for me. And again, I absolutely despise poor lows in the IB. And so in a normal account for me, I'm fine. If they break the IB high on me, then we didn't correct the poor low, and I got some points in the chop. In these Apex accounts, I gotta kind of let it run. But the way this thing is chopping, it's I'm 8 points down in these accounts. I still want this poor low, but the two kind of ways that I can correct this mess is either I'm sitting here just taking 1, 2 points at a time until I get back my 8 points on those two failed trades, or I just let it run, and try to make it back in the afternoon. Try to catch that trend out of the afternoon. Which one's easier? I don't know. There's not really a strong presence either way in this market. We're trading back and forth through the open and the RTH high right now, and there's good excess. There's good excess on the profile at the highs, and there's no excess at the profile on the bottom. So, I still feel like we can correct this, and it's going to be a thought of mine until the IB high breaks. And if the IB high breaks, then I need to see extension out of the IB. If they can get that 1.5 times extension, then yeah, you're screwed. Is poor low probably, the odds of correcting that poor low are going to be less and less, but just give it up, buyers. Just let the poor low correct. Where's NVIDIA? They still buying NVIDIA? Tick is negative. Weighted sectors are coming back down to zero. I mean, it's not yesterday for sure. About 42% AD, minus 87 on S&P AD. Everything but Qs have negative volume. They've let this effing low get corrected, and just kind of have that weakness that we've had in the morning just kind of occur. Then yeah, I want to buy that dip, but definitely, like I said, it's 65 to 70 right now is what we're playing, this kind of little 5-point range. And of course, I'm just on the north side of that low, which isn't good. Holy cow, guys. Don't be DW in these Apex counts, man. Yeah, you got to bring some selling in below 65, guys. Come on, man. You can do it. Hey, just come right back in. Just kind of watching the bids. Every time it drops down, you'll start seeing those hundreds come in on the bid. They're trying. Buyers are trying. Delta lifting. Delta's lifting in this. 1275 Delta compared to yesterday's 30,000 finish, I think it was. You got the VPOC up here over the high. I mean, that's not, it's not bearish, it's not bullish, you're just kind of chopping. Resting after yesterday's stellar uptrend. Well, guys, you are trash today. Yes, trash. 11 points of range. Maybe I can't make up. That'd be tomorrow on the makeup. We get something out of this garbage. The trade. Can't believe I took something in the personal account in this trash. It's 67, 70 would be 350, 360, 25 points up. Fucking buyers. Mm-mm-mm. VPOC is sitting at 67.50. And now that tempo slowed, now I'm kind of even worried about being able to get a point on this trade. And maybe we'll need D. Come on, guys. Let's stop. Come on. Come on. Correct it. Now it's an ugly, ugly low, guys. Be good. Be good. Be good. We put in one of these lows before. And again, I'm not, just give me 2 ticks. Give me 2 ticks. That'll get you into price spike base. That'll get you into previous VPOG. Just a point, 2 ticks, a point, something. Just put a little baby excess in there. If you want to buy it, man. But at least get me that. Come on, come on, come on. And we come on, come on. Can't keep doing this, Spires. I can't keep doing this. I can't take another hit on this. I may have to reshort it, but really fucking come again. See, now in my personal account, I'm fine. I got a couple runners left. That's it. And I can let this get back up to 66. On these accounts, I can't. 66, 67, is the hot. And I may have to reshort this again, but now the low is just horrible. So I do, as long as that IB high is holding, I'm still looking every time we come up to 70 until that gets corrected. You just got to stop this garbage, man. Just stop the garbage, guys. Really. Keep that freaking opening swing low. Go get your job done. Can't do it, man. They cannot freaking do it. Look at this garbage. Now, keep it in range. This is mid. BGL, where's BGL? 67. Right at the RTH high. It's a bounce off 0 delta. I still like it, damn it. Come on, guys. Do your job. Do your job. Market. I'm putting it on lower high, guys. Come on, just get this. Look, garbage down there, guys. Clean up your mess. No, we're just gonna chop the F out of even this IB. 64.25. Unbelievable. We can't take like this, guys. We can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing this. Push that negative delta, man. Come on, push it. I promise. You correct that poor low. I will buy the F out of you, man. Come on. Enough's enough. And once you do that, like I said, I am more than willing to buy you. We can go to 5,400. So again, I should be looking for 3 points, 63.25. Start eating through that loss in those accounts. Still have some runners in my personal account. Here it comes D. Get it corrected, D. Come on, you're up close. See where our halfback is. Right at my entry. That's halfback on C period. There, finally, man. Thank you. All right, now we're in that buy zone. See if I can't scalp this out for the rest of it. Before I get off mic. Let's push back into mid. I'm flat my personal account as well. Do still have previous VPOC down below us, 5950 is certainly a possibility on continued weakness. We did get the break of the IB low. 1.5 times extension would get you down to that area. I really should take this off at 50. Would that put me at 250? I don't want to scalp a damn point, guys. Come on, 2 points. But now you're at the mid, that's 65 on this. And this kind of was what I was saying, if we're going to balance like this, it's going to be, we're going to be playing the 60s for a while. Then we'll see if we can't get acceptance down below that previous VPOC and then play the 50s. And there's that mid, so again, I can take a point in this and in this chop and just kind of whittle down the early chop losses and make that money in the afternoon. Like to at least get another 2 points off here. Or not. Keep it going, guys. Get back up to me. Come on. At 4 wide on the POG, 65.50 now. A little bit less than, underneath mid. Maybe we can, you still got the volume over. And no real volume underneath. Where we're trading now, your volume is actually above RTH, the previous high. I guess I should call that previous high now. We had our look above overnight fail, 2 ticks, so clean high. And again, the kind of what I was saying in the plan this morning is that, trend days typically don't go back to back. You could have printed me Apex. That's kind of loserville, although we still got that seller there. So it's very, very possible that maybe we get some downside continuation here. It's going to be tough to kind of follow it. Volume is light today, running about 83 percentile on it, and I'm just seeing if I can't get a real quick 2 out of this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to add to that loss after taking 1 good trade off it, and just kind of scalp points in this account. I don't want to play necessarily the kind of just film me, man. Come on, there's that damn seller at 65 now. Come on, give it to me. There you go. Thank you. So down a 1.25. 11 points of 12 and a quarter points of range now. So you still can have extension. I would still be looking at that 70s, kind of short this out in the morning. And, as lunchtime starts up, so you get to G period, let E and F play out and get to G period and see where the move's going to be. We'll probably start that move, the better move, around that GH period. It started in G yesterday. Very, very possible that the high is in today. So, you're going to have to see on the buy side, you're going to have to see that acceptance back over 70 in the open. Open is 69.25. If Delta, which is a little bit negative right now, if you start seeing that just kind of grind on Delta to the upside over that 70, then you got a neutral day. You don't have good extension on the break of the IB low. 1.5 times extension would have been 56. So if you do get that acceptance over 70 and kind of shoot first for the IB high, and then our 1.5 times extension to the upside gets you to 78.80 on that upside. And, that gets you about 20 points of range on the upside. And, and still plenty of profit, if that's going to happen. If 70 keeps failing, and, you're just kind of not able to break back over 70, then you do have a possibility of afternoon liquidation. These longs, ahead of NFP, that might be able to get you, somewhere in the 50s, but volumes certainly lighter than yesterday. Where are we talking? We go over to Dalton's NYSE. It's running about 5% lower. Looks like we'll see. They're down 13 points now, NVIDIA. They are over 1,200, but I think maybe your last split buyers bought, and we'll see how that trades tomorrow. NQ up 14, 15, 16. We're flat. RTY's down about 0.5%. YM is a little bit positive. MPS. Yeah, we're just kind of trading Mr. NQ. So I don't like the profile. If you're just kind of looking at it and think of a normal looking distribution, I would say, it looks more like we got to finish to the downside, maybe test down, through the 50s to get our range set for the day. Just kind of looking at the way this looks, you got that damn low around 62, kind of that ledge. We did break it in D, if we split out the profile. We did break it barely. I'd like to see it. If you're just looking at the profile and thinking, God, what would it take right now to make this look like a normal bell shape. And to me, that means that we have some extension, to the downside. That'll drag your mid down a little bit. Every point on the low you put in will drag mid down a half point. And, so drag, what is that? Maybe 2 point. Yeah, it's about 3 ticks off. So, maybe, another 6 ticks of extension, maybe come close to the overnight low, VPOC test or something like that, to just kind of drag everything down into the middle, and then get some little silly range after a trend day and ahead of NFP. So kind of what I'll look for. We'll see if there's something that happens at the end of the E period. They'll hang around for E period to see if something, if kind of the auction changes back to 0 delta on the day. on mid. On BGL. $53.53 on how much you want to bet. You can go over to Gamma Labs. 0 DTE. No, not really. 72 is definitely a lot of call gamma on it. 53.60, so add 10, 70. It is going to be, and it has been, acting as that resistance. A lot less than I thought at 53.50. It's down there to 53.40, so about 53.50 on ES. And we'll see what E period does when it opens up. Maybe get our extension to the downside, like I'm hoping for. Four wide across the POG right there at RTH. And get some extension. So I can buy a dip. There you go. Hug 'em up. Just letting Europe play out here. Like for it to a little weakness into the close. kind of get that range on the bottom set. 12.25 points today. Do have a small bill auction at 10:30, but it shouldn't really matter. But kind of getting, back kind of to it. Next week, so I can share that with y'all. I haven't been sharing it lately. Just kind of looking at, the big stuff coming up and what volatility is doing right now, implied. Get this saved. I beat. So that's your implied volatility, across days. And it's just taking at the money across each day. If anything, those zero DTEs did was it made it easy to find this. So this coming into NFP, a little bit raised. Then we have our weekend crush, and it crushes pretty well right now. And then a little bit coming into FOMC and CPI. Wednesday next week, we get CPI and FOMC on the same day, and then PPI, and then Michigan consumer sentiment, and then we kind of drift off into to lower 12.5% into options expiration, and then it just kind of dies after that. So it's a very low volatility environment, number one. We already have our rate cuts set at 2 for now. So my guess is we'll get some kind of change on that with Jay Powell's blabbing next Wednesday. As far as the VIX futures go, they're continuing to collapse right now. Just kind of looking at it. 1-day volatility right now is 9.87, and we're about looking at the difference between 9-day and 30-day VIX. You're at about a 0.79. So it's kind of this market is probably ahead of NFP. They definitely, have a little bit of puts in there, for probably NFP. They probably all expire tomorrow. I'll kind of show this as well, and how I kind of look at these things. And it's not, it's just context. It doesn't tell you, intraday what to do. It just lets you know, the kind of situation that you're in. So I'm marking this up for y'all. And then there. So let's do VIX. VIX. There you go. So that's VIX. So the top chart is the VIX futures, current contract and next month's contract. And as that's sloping down, that's kind of complacent. The middle chart is 9-day VIX over minus 30-day VIX. And that is above the zero line. Above the zero line, your short-term VIX is higher than your 30, and it should be opposite, right? So that's a little bit, and that just tells me there's, some baby fear in the market, which would make sense in that you have NFP coming up. And then the bottom one is just 1-day VIX, which is obviously very low. But what I usually look for a oversold market is for VIX to be this middle to be about 2. And then on the bottom side, a complacent market for it to be about 4. And, we're kind of sitting right around 0, maybe a little slight edge to some fear in the market, probably ahead of NFP. There you go. So E period decides to give us our poor low again. Rather see this kind of melt down a little bit more. Poor low during, outside of the IB is fine. It's just something you want to reference, keep that reference. And, and it comes in an area that I'm expecting, that's our initial support. It's not that I don't want to see it corrected, but if it stays there, it's just going to add, to the references in this area. And, so if NFP pushes us higher and then we melt down, if this is the low today, hopefully not. If it is the low today, then it'll definitely be a point of reference with what would be a naked VPOC, the previous all-time high, the whole bit. There's just a lot of references here. Poor lows like that usually indicate, a short time frame trader, or in our case these days, some kind of options level, which this would come in at 53.50. And it's going to be supported. It's SPX cash mid-century. And, if this holds and tomorrow we come back through it, I expect there to be a lot of stops here, that we can kind of blow through it. But today, we're just kind of meandering, volumes down, 83 percentile. So I would look more, now that we did drag VPOC down just a hair. But you can see, on the profile, most of our volume has been done at 67, the previous all-time high. More time has been spent below 65. So if I'm looking at this profile just based on time, again, I want a pretty profile, right? So we take the high, we come down. If the VPOC's going to stay there, how do we shift? Oops, sorry. How do we shift that POC, and to where it's the mid of the profile or mid of the day, and that gets you around this afternoon pullback low 48 down here. Get you 2 times extension on there, so maybe not. I'm gonna let E and F play out and then come back to see what we got starting in G. But 1.5 times extension down is 53, 56. So somewhere in here, just kind of blow these lows out, get previous VPOC printed. The overnight range is not great. It was only 14 points, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the overnight low be one of those 1 in 5 days, that you are able to touch both sides. So could get a little bit more weakness in here. It'd be nice, if E and F give us that weakness to see if we can't catch counter long back into the middle at 64.25. And again, you're not seeing that volume just kind of come in. And if we look at, I don't know which chart is better. Yeah, footprint actually looks better than too many lines. But you're seeing when you see this red, when you see these very prominent reds, I can do it off the trigger chart. These very prominent reds at the lows of the day, that's passive buying, right? That is trade at the bid. So when you're seeing these large bars like this, that was it's just passive bids. And if we look at 62.50, and you're looking at the DOM, you got minus 1,078. So 1,078 traded at the bid at 62.50, pretty prominent, here. And then you can just kind of see it drifting off as it comes down. There's a lot of passive buying here, a lot of liquidity on the book. And then if you're looking up through the upside, we're looking at the blues. The blues are trades at the offer. In the most prominent place, you see that. If we go back up here to 68, that's your 1908, 1585. So there's a seller here. You got that's where your VPOC is on the day. So those are kind of the two early lines, that we're playing. If you can, like I said, I would like to see this come down just a little bit. The trade is very slow now. Tempo is slowed. Volume's not there. It's a good place to look for counter trades, unless I'm looking at this as we develop coming down, unless I see the cumulative volume ratio just kick up. See delta. You can see the delta here through this whole range. I don't know if my crosshair goes all the way down there. I don't think it does. Yeah, it does. So if we look at this range right here, there's just a massive amount of selling, just looking at delta, down. And we finally hit the low on this bar here. And now we're just kind of meandering. So, if we do kind of meander down into the 50s, and I'm looking at the delta and it's just kind of going sideways, I know there's at least some aggression coming in from the buy side. So again, I would be looking for some type of higher low to trade back in. 1.5 times. Okay, hold on a second. Time and sales, chart values, time price box, color, white. There we go. So 1.5 times extension comes in about 56, and then 2 times gets you down to the afternoon pullback low. And, and as you see that weakness, come into the market, if it does happen, just remind yourself that last 30 minutes of yesterday, excuse me, the last, y'all got me choked up, the last 30 minutes of yesterday traded 52. Last 30 minutes. So we're just trading the last 30 minutes of yesterday's trend day up. And we just now with E period put the second time frame or period to trade something below the price spike. And the majority of the trade, the POC, the VPOC, everything else is up in the price spike base. With NFP coming tomorrow, like I said, there you go. Come on, E, keep going. I wouldn't expect, you might get a liquidation that I think is going to be viable. And just kind of like I was saying in this morning in the trade plan, where's my 15 minute? I like that one better now. I don't like the range chart on this. Here we go. Just kind of what I was saying. I don't know, how bad a liquidation can get. It certainly could increase underneath this afternoon pullback low, but I'm looking to buy dips, and if I can get the afternoon pullback low, I'll be real damn excited. If it's a stronger liquidation, we can get down to this 42. Wonderful, because I want to buy that. It is a nice little consolidation zone that happened in the morning. That was that breakout. That was that big 42 level. We came back and back tested it before we hyped on up, and this right here again is the last 30 minutes of trade, from Friday. So I'm definitely still looking to, I'd love for this market in the next hour to continue this sell, just meander down into the 50s and find those rapid dip buyers. And I think the reason that noon H period, G period, in that time frame plays out so well, on a kind of a trendy type of action is because of the zero DT and, the premiums on everything start to decay faster and faster. I can't remember. I'll find the exact number on some of this. Tasty Trade did a study on this, of how quick premium burns on these things. And when that occurs, then the dealers get to start losing hedges, and you start finding, that kind of trend around that noontime. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see a little bit more extension on this. I'll start looking for those dip buys around mid 50s. That'll be 50%. I shouldn't say 1.5 times extension, but it is how I look at it, 1.5 times extension of the IB. Around 56 or so, and if I get lucky, we just kind of get a nice little liquidation out of all of this and get down to that afternoon pullback low. And that's the second spot I'm looking. Stronger liquidation. I don't see it happening today. Not saying it can't, but I don't see it. We get down below 50, and then I'd be looking at 52. Does that give options to get short? Sure. I would rather, just on the way tempo is, I'd rather let the market carve out a range and take that counter. We are now 5 wide, 6 wide across POC at 64.25. So early prominent POC, every time period has traded through POC. So I would expect sometime in the afternoon, we kind of have our meltdown in the afternoon, get a little bit of a V shape back up into that mid 60s. So How I'm kind of playing it, I don't necessarily want to play in the 60s anymore. I'd rather either play it above 70 and or in the 50s, and because I want to trade back into the 60s. So I'm playing the rest of the afternoon, and I will update you in about an hour, right before H period starts. If G period looks like it's going to start the trend, I'll update earlier. So that's it.